Hey everyone, welcome to Pot of Coffee Podcast with your hosts Bruce and Brooklyn.
What it do?
Please subscribe to Pot of Coffee Podcast on YouTube.
Yep.
Follow us at Pot of Coffee 1 on Twitter. Like our Facebook page, Pot of Coffee. How you doing today, Brooklyn?
I am really excited about the show.
Oh yeah?
Extremely excited about the show.
What you got going on?
I love everything scary stuff. I've always been into it ever since I was a kid. I think the first scary movie that I've ever watched was I can't think of it right now. Ash versus Evil Dead, is that it? Or that's the newer TV. It was just Evil Dead at the time. And,
Yeah, I like Ash.
But the Evil Dead was the first scary movie that I actually remember seeing. Like my mom, she would have us all, if it was raining on a Sunday or weekend, she would go to the library and she would pick up all these scary movies. It was great. But I decided that I thought it would be really, really fun to have an urban legend segment.
Heck yeah, I am totally down with that. This sounds like it's going to be great.
Have you ever heard of urban legends? Like, which ones do you know?
I know about Bloody Mary.
Okay.
There's a bunch of them. But I, for some reason, of course, I can't think. But I remember the Bloody Mary one when I was a kid.
What did you remember? What was your version that you heard of Bloody Mary?
Well, the only thing I really remember, I mean, obviously besides like movies and stuff, is when I was young, like 7, 8 maybe.
Yeah.
I was out, and it was probably like in the fall, so it was like cloudy and like a dreary day, but we were out riding bikes. And, it was around Halloween time, so we were all like, oh, Bloody Mary. You know how kids are,
Yeah.
So we started daring each other to do it inside these, like a car mirror, like a rear view mirror on the side of the car.
A car mirror?
Yeah.
You mean like the side mirror to like see what's behind you?
Like the mirror on the door of a car.
So, where it said, objects in mirror are closer than they appear. You were like, if Bloody Mary pops up, she's going to be closer?
Well, we didn't think about that because we were like 7. So we started daring each other to do this, and of course, a lot of everybody would get to like 2, and then, they'd be scared, and the next person would go, and I remember I did it, and I said it 3 times, and I almost had a heart attack. I jumped on my bike, and I was like a lightning bolt going home. I was so scared. But, yeah, she never got me, and I don't know if she looked for me, or maybe...
Were your parents like, what's wrong?
I don't really remember. I just remember that much of it.
I think the version that I remember, and we used to do it at sleepovers, girls always did like that, like light as a feather, stiff as a board, where you try to like raise the person up.
Does that really work?
I don't think so.
You never did it?
Maybe if you had enough like people crammed in there, all of your finger strengths together could lift the person up. I don't know.
I wonder
Never
if,
got that far.
I wonder if that works.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm going to have to start making...
You're going to have to look it up.
I'm going to have to make friends with people and see if they could all lift me with their fingers.
Well, we used to do it in front of the mirror. But in the version that we heard, you had to hold a candle like up to the mirror in like a bathroom. Usually it's like a bathroom. And it has to be at midnight.
Okay.
And there's like, if you do it, if you don't turn around like counterclockwise 3 times and say her name or say her name backwards or something.
Okay.
If you don't do that, there's like a 24-hour period that she'll come and snatch you up and kill you.
Huh. See, maybe that's why it didn't work for me. Because we did this probably, sometime in the afternoon. And, being a kid. And I definitely didn't do no spinning around clockwise. And we weren't old enough to even play with matches. We'd get our butts whooped. So there's no candles involved. And
do you think that maybe somebody somewhere got it right? Like whatever order that they did the right order. Like Bloody Mary just killed him.
Well, I guess urban legends is kind of like old wives' tales. So either parents taught us their children to scare them from not doing something. Kind of like that movie, The Village. Everything was fake and they were scaring people.
Don't be a spoiler. Spoiler alert if
That
you
movie's
haven't seen The Village.
20 years old, so if they didn't see it by now, they deserve to be
They
spoiled.
deserve to be spoiled.
Yeah, they deserve that. But it could be a situation like that, or it could be a situation where it really happened and the story's told so it doesn't happen again.
So it's like a variation of, like, it's like handed down, like generation to generation.
Well, of course, which then, of course, it gets like, if you have 30 people in a line and you tell the first person, by the time it gets to the end of the line, it's different. But it could be either people scaring their kids because they don't want their kids to do something or something that way, or it could actually be a real thing and they just don't want, like, the lady to come out of the mirror and kill their kids. So I believe it could be either or. So you got some answers?
It's wild. I'm just trying to wrap my head around that one. I mean, I don't have answers. I had just the actual legends. I didn't go that far into it.
Gotcha. But I don't think there is answers or they wouldn't be legends.
Have you ever heard of the car thief?
The car thief.
The car thief.
I
mean, not a car thief. Obviously, we've all heard of a car thief, but this is the car thief.
I don't think so. I know, like, the hitchhiker thing, like a hook guy or something. A lot of it I probably remember is probably from movies and just mixed up over the years. So Brooklyn's gonna have to have the facts tonight because I'm gonna be jumbled.
So let's all set our minds straight. Listen to the little spooky music we got going in the background. I'm going to tell you a story. Alright, so one evening, a woman was leaving the mall. She parked her car in a very poorly lit area of the parking lot.
Okay.
She had a busy day of shopping, and her arms were full of bags.
Excuse me a second. Now, you know how you always read on the news, especially like Christmas time?
Yeah.
And that's when women get their purses stolen.
Yeah.
Or like they're putting the groceries in the car and the cart or that's when they get mugged or they're carjacked or something, even nowadays,
Right.
Why do women always park in shady spots? Why can't they, like...
I can only speak for myself. I was always told never, always park underneath a light if you can and come as close to the entrance as you can. And always have your keys out and ready.
So you get
and in between your knuckles.
Yeah, so you stab them.
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
I just wonder why women never... They're like, oh, that's like the darkest, shadiest spot where, like, there's a dumpster, so let me, like, hide my car behind there. Oh, wait, look, an alley. I'm going to park there. I just seen if maybe it's a woman thing.
They just be dumb bitches.
They're just dumb bitches.
I mean, you gotta, all right, listen, ladies. You know how long you're going to be. You know that people be trying to snatch your purse, snatch your car, snatch everything.
Jesus, snatch your snatch. But that's what I'm saying is like they know
they
this.
They be dumb bitches if they don't know.
They're just that brain dead.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
I was just wondering. I'm sorry. All right, so she got her groceries.
So her arms were full of bags.
Yeah.
She got to her car and she started to fumble with her keys. Mistake number 2, my dear. All right, so she was fumbling with her keys. Suddenly, she felt this searing pain in her ankle, and she dropped to the ground, screaming in pain and unable to walk.
Okay.
All she could see, so now she's on the ground.
Okay.
All she could see was the shine of a bloody knife and a man coming out from under her car. He stole her bags and purse and took off in her car. I guess her snatch wasn't snatchable.
So he was laying underneath her car and like...
Yeah.
Hold, like our Achilles heel.
Like the Achilles heel.
Oh, man, that's the worst thing.
My Achilles heel hurts now thinking of it.
Yeah, I don't even like seeing it at movies. It gets me every time. But yeah, I never heard that, but oof.
Right?
There's got to be a better way to steal a car.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Now this one.
What if she went to her trunk first?
It would have been the front of her legs.
She should have drove her lowrider. I bet she wished she had airbags on that bitch that day. We were laying frame in the parking lot. Nobody got under my whip.
How low can you go?
So there you go, Brooklyn. We're gonna get you some airbags on your whip, and you'll be safe. Pack some nice 24s on.
Yeah, my Chevy Caravan. It's gonna look real nice.
Chevy Caravan.
Look out! Here I come. I'm gonna paint it baby blue. I'm gonna get bubbles painted on the side of it. And it's gonna be a lowrider.
That'd be awesome, though.
Yeah.
So, did this happen a lot, or just this one chick?
It's an urban legend. It's what it could be. It could be anybody.
So this is probably one of them things that ain't true. It's the scare
It's
them.
like a warning.
It's the scare them dumb bitches that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that one I would say would probably be just passed down to warn dumb bitches.
Well, that's like I remember getting yelled at. Like I couldn't go over somebody's house, and I would always ask why. It's like so and so's parents are home. And I would always get yelled at. I don't know who so-and-so's parents are. For all I know, they could be axe murderers.
They could have been.
My parents are funny. Well, okay, so here's another one.
So yeah,
This
I think as we go through these, we should think if there actually could have something that's like real, or if it's like a story to scare people. Like
Okay.
that car one.
Right.
Definitely for the dumb bitches.
Okay, so this one is plausible. Will be like MythBusters. Plausible.
Yeah, but we can't call it plausible until you finish it, Brooklyn.
Oh, all right. Well, but here's the thing.
Brooklyn knows the answers already.
I was an avid Unsolved Mysteries fan when Robert Stack was the host. And I've seen this on Unsolved Mysteries, so this is fact, people. This has actually happened. All because of Unsolved Mysteries and Robert Stack and his cool trench coat.
Spoiler.
Okay. So this one is called Resurrection Mary. Have you ever heard of Resurrection Mary?
No.
No. Okay. So the story goes that Mary had spent the evening dancing with her boyfriend at this little ballroom that they have out in Illinois.
Okay.
At some point, and that ballroom is there. It's, it is there. At some point, they got into an argument and she stormed out.
Okay.
So she left the ballroom and started walking up Archer Avenue.
Ain't this Carrie where she made all the
No.
blood at the prom?
No.
Well, you said dance, so
I-
I'm jumbled.
Back in the day, people actually used to take their significant others out and go on a date.
Okay.
This is before COVID, obviously. She started walking up Archer Avenue.
What town is this?
Illinois. I'll get there. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. No, I did read that. When I did my research, I did read on Wikipedia. It's in Illinois.
Okay.
Man, you make me lose my place every time.
Yeah, I'm a bad co-host.
So at some point they got into an argument. She stormed out. She left the ballroom and started walking up Archer Avenue. She had not gotten very far when she was struck and killed by a hit-and-run driver who fled the scene, leaving her to die.
I bet you he was drunk.
Probably.
I hate drunk drivers.
Her parents found her and were grief-stricken at the sight of her dead body. They buried her in Resurrection Cemetery wearing a beautiful white dancing dress and matching dancing shoes. And the hit-and-run driver was never found.
Okay.
So now, on Unsolved Mysteries, she haunts that Archer Avenue over across from Resurrection Cemetery.
Okay.
And I guess I want to say the 50s or the 60s, because apparently this happened in the 30s, and there is articles backing up that a woman named Mary did die by a hit-and-run driver.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's articles saying that in the paper.
Yeah, so it's kind of like documented.
Right.
Okay.
So now, fast forward 30 years, so the same woman, everybody, they can't see her face. Sometimes they can. Down that whole stretch of road, they see this woman walking and they stop to give her a ride. Now, this one fellow did.
Okay.
And what happened was he was at this dance, which is the same ballroom that she had that fight with her husband.
Okay.
So, 30 years later, he's at the same place.
So they still throw that
dancing.
dance like it's the town dance or something?
Yeah, it's like something.
Okay.
And then, so he starts dancing with this beautiful woman. She doesn't say anything. She's very quiet. She's cold to the touch.
Mm-hmm.
Classic signs that, us veterans know you're talking to a ghost. But,
You're a ghost veteran, Brooklyn?
I'm a ghost veteran.
Brooklyn is now a ghost veteran.
Yeah, man.
Wow, I never heard of a ghost. What is a ghost veteran?
Dude, I've seen every single paranormal show ever.
Okay. I'll let you be
Even
a veteran.
the shitty ones on Amazon Prime.
Now she's calling out Amazon Prime, saying we need better ghost shows. All right, Brooklyn.
Well, okay. So, anyways, she asks him to take her home.
Okay.
So she gets in the car with him, and then she asks him to stop. Like they start, because it's not very far from where the whole stuff happened.
Yeah.
So it was probably like not even a mile down the road. She asks him to pull over, and he doesn't understand what's going on. But so he pulls over, and then he pulled over, put the car in gear for park.
Yeah.
And looked over, and she was gone.
So he took her back to where she got hit.
Where she had told him to pull over was right across from Resurrection Cemetery.
Oh, kind of like he took her home.
Yeah.
So every year she shows up as a ghost.
I don't know if it's every year or
when they have
all
that
the
dance.
time.
Probably every year when they have that dance, and she probably tricks some sucker.
But yeah, then I mean, at least the story as to how the woman died is true. I mean, there were other people at the dance that they interviewed that saw the same girl. So I mean, at least you have people backing it up.
I'll tell you what, Brooklyn. Ain't there like a story like that kind of? There's always like a road where like there was a bad car accident or somebody got ran over or something bad happened where it's like haunted. Where like if you drive down that road on a certain day and there's like places like that.
Well,
with that said, I'm gonna say that this girl story that you just told.
Yeah.
I'm gonna totally say that that's probably true.
Well, it happens a lot.
And a lot of the times with ghosts, if it's a tragedy, like she's walking home and she was upset or whatever, she probably didn't move on to where she has to move on to, like the alien shit.
So with all of my paranormal expertise that I have, I can tell you that when people die a violent death, their ghost, one, might not even know that they're dead,
Mm-hmm.
and they're forced to live that moment of death over and over and over.
Like Groundhog
again.
Day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
they
fucked
can't
up.
snap them. They can't snap out of it because they don't know that they're dead.
Imagine that, getting hit by a car every day.
And then,
Wow.
yeah, and then there are ghosts who know that they're dead,
Okay.
but they want to fuck with you.
That's what I would do.
Would you be like the one that's like, they say like when you yawn, a ghost sticks his dick in your mouth?
No, I don't think I'd be that type of ghost.
I think you would be that one.
No, I'm not.
What kind of ghost would you be?
I'd be the one that like closes doors and moves shit on you. And then I'd stand there and watch you be like, why? And I'd be just laughing. Probably be going through your things, moving stuff, drinking all your coffee on you.
Would you like be... I could picture you like stealing all the toilet paper.
Yeah, silly things. Putting a roll on backwards every time. Just
that would get me.
You'd be like, who does this?
That would really get me.
I would do it in front of you, so you just watch. Every time you put it on, the roll would just automatically flip back over.
Like, I would be like, what psychopath puts toilet paper on that way?
That's what I would do. So
what's wrong with... What's wrong with you people who put the toilet paper on the wrong way?
I don't do that, but when I'm a ghost, I'm definitely going to do that to That's gonna be my ghost mission. I'm just gonna fly around the world in my ghost suit, flipping
Would you have a
toilet
cape?
paper. No,
Do you picture yourself as a ghost with a cape?
No, I'd be like Casper. I'd be like the white sheep ghost. That'd be cool.
Like
Be that kind of
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, like Beetlejuice was a badass ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. He was cool.
But yeah, I think that girl story, I think that happens a lot with ghosts. And if you believe in ghosts, some people don't. But I think ghosts are real. So I'm going to say that one's a true one.
No.
I definitely could see that happening. And, you know, definitely.
Have you ever heard of the urban legend called the Red Spot? Now, you may not know it by its name.
The Red Spot.
But you might have heard, like, once I read the story, you might have heard it.
Okay. I've never heard of the Red Spot.
All right, folks. Story time with Brooklyn. One night, a young girl was sleeping in her bed when a spider crawled across her face.
Yuck.
It stopped for minutes on her left cheek.
That's
Then
so gross.
it went on its way. When she woke up the next morning and looked in the mirror, she noticed a red spot on her cheek.
I bit her.
"What's this?" she asked her mother. "It looks like a spider bite," her mother said. "It'll go away, just don't scratch it." Soon, the small red spot grew into a big red boil. "Look at it now," the girl said. "It's getting bigger." "That sometimes happens," her mother said. "It's coming to a head." In a few days, the red spot was even larger. "Look at it now," the girl said. "It hurts so much, and it makes me look so ugly." "We'll have the doctor look at it," the mother said. "Maybe it's infected." Who brings their kid to the doctor for a pimple?
Well, it's obviously not a pimple anymore. You know, I think, wasn't there a movie, Urban Legends?
Yes.
And is this the one where I think I noticed one?
Okay. Well, let me finish it because our viewers might not have.
Yeah, Brooklyn stopped me from spoiling it.
But the doctor couldn't see the girl until the next day. That night, she decided to take a nice, relaxing bath. As she lay soaking in the warm water, the boil suddenly burst open. And out poured a swarm of tiny spiders from the eggs of their mother had laid in her cheek. Ugh, crawly all over you.
I remember that in that movie, and, well, it was a little bit different, but you could, like, see them moving under her skin, and then they came out and, like, ate all her skin off and, like, filled the whole room with spiders. I don't like spiders. Do you like spiders?
Spitters? No.
Spiders.
Spiders, no.
Yeah, I don't like
Neither one of them.
spitters or spiders.
Spitters or spiders. Neither one. I like bugs, period. I think, like, even, like, okay, if you could see me right now, I'm, like, scratching my head. Every time I think about bugs, ants, spiders, all that stuff, I feel like they start crawling all over my body, and I just gotta, like, scratch.
Yeah.
I can't deal with them.
Sometimes when I'm outside and something flies past me or I hear a buzz, I freak out.
I can't.
I always think like a wasp's gonna land on my back, and it's like I don't know it's there, and then he's gonna fuck me up. Deathly afraid of them things.
No fucking way, man. No. I wear bug spray, sunscreen. I'm set.
Sunscreen doesn't help bugs.
No, but it helps from the sun. Well, okay, so you mentioned this one earlier.
So anyway, we didn't say if that one's real or not.
Oh, I forgot we were doing that.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
that was the red spot.
So I'm gonna say that doesn't sound real.
Yeah, that's definitely a myth.
But now, would it be in a myth? All right. Why would a parent tell their little kid this myth to scare them from what?
So they wash their nasty asses.
You think that's why?
I think that's why.
Because I guess pimples, and it could be a spider, or maybe, you know. Like,
Well, okay, so what do you do when you get a bug bite or a cut or any of that stuff? You clean it out.
Yeah.
Wash your nasty ass.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's a... Okay.
I'd be like, listen, your face looks like freaking pepperoni pizza. Go wash it now.
Sometimes
or spider's gonna crawl in your face and leave eggs. Yeah, that sounds right.
All right. Okay, so that one's definitely a myth. And
it's gonna eat you from the inside out.
those are horrible parents scaring little children. Oh, I would be so frightened if my parents were like, you're going to get a spider that's going to like lay eggs in your face and thousands of spiders are going to crawl out because you don't wash your butt right. It was a hard living back in the day, I guess. Huh?
Well, you know what, though? I can see it. Like, you know, like some kids.
Now that you say it, I can see
kids.
it too. Yeah, I can
I've
see
been around
it.
kids, and they stink. They're fucking nasty. They got like sausage finger hands.
They're always wet.
They're always like clammy, not even wet. And it's like, did you pee your pants now, or did you pee your pants like an hour ago? Like, it's just like, it is cold.
All right, so I could see it.
So wash your nasty asses. Get your damn finger out of your nose. Go wash your face before spiders lay eggs in your freaking pimple holes.
In your pimple holes. So Brooklyn's gonna finish the show because Bruce just died laughing. The spider's gonna lay eggs in your pimple holes.
Maybe your booty hole.
And now your booty hole.
Could crawl anywhere if it's dirty.
I did hear a thing that like 8 spiders a year crawl in your mouth when you're sleeping, or in your ears, or in your nose, or something. And they go to your body. They live. Well, obviously they die in your body, but they like.
Well.
And you don't know.
Yeah, that's very true.
Imagine if you were
it's
like,
at least 8. I did read that.
Imagine if you were like up driving your car and just spider pop out of your ear, like, "Hey, buddy."
It's disgusting. So, I didn't even write this down because I didn't see it, but I did hear the story. This guy kept on hearing like, I don't know, like something like crawling in his ear or
buzzing or something,
or something, and I can't, like, my ears, I can't even. Nobody could find out what it was. And it was like a cockroach or something, like digging into his ear, like I have no words, people. I have no fucking words for that. How gross! Like, even reading something like that. I'm sorry I even said it. Like, everybody is probably like itching their ears right now.
I've seen videos of doctors pulling moths and interesting things out of people's ears. So
that's so fucking gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. So let's get back to urban legends, because this bug stuff. I hope the next one has nothing to do with bugs.
No bugs.
No Achilles heels.
No Achilles heels.
Oh, I'm like grabbing my Achilles heels right now.
Your Achilles?
Yeah.
Your Achilles?
maybe the car thief's underneath my chair here.
It's R. Kelly heels.
My R. Kelly heels. He peed on my feet. R. Kelly heels.
Urine is terrible.
It hurts my feet thinking about it. Let's move to I can't even think about it.
So you actually said this one in the beginning of the show.
Bloody Mary?
No.
Oh.
The Hook.
It's like the Hitchhiker or something.
Similar.
Yeah.
But not really. Now, this is the one. This is my mom told me it almost exactly like this.
In the first Home Alone, the guy with the shovel that saved the McAllister boy have a hook hand.
No, he was just a creepy old perv.
Putting down the salt. I thought he had a hook hand or something, though.
I think it looks like he had a hook hand.
Because he had the raincoat.
I think it was like the way he was holding something.
Yeah.
Maybe. We're probably wrong. We're probably thinking of something completely different. But maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Thought about it. All right.
Okay, so the Hook.
The Hook?
This is the Hook.
We're on the hook.
So a pair of attractive teens are parked at a makeout point or lover's lane, depending on the version of the story.
Do those exist anymore?
You know,
with the internet and times
we got like
being
what,
different.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, now you just go over to the person's basement, I guess.
I guess parents aren't home as much anymore. Everybody's working.
And yeah.
I mean, you know, back in the day, you know, you were able to have a single income household and be good. Now you can't.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe those.
They don't need to lookout point because they're going home.
Plus, with, you know, different times and different police, I don't think you could, like, go to a spot and park in the middle of the woods without a sheriff or somebody being up your butt.
You'd be like, have a broken jaw.
Probably be on camera somewhere, or
No, the cameras would malfunction.
no, I'm not talking about police cameras. let's not even go into that. I'm just saying, like, you know how, like, everywhere, like, if it's a parking lot, you could park a car, most likely a camera can see.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, you know what I mean? I don't think kids do that anymore. There's no, like, make out spots and drive to the,
I don't know.
because there's not driving. Maybe after COVID it'll all come back.
Maybe.
I know
I don't
drive-ins
even
are
think
making
people
a big
are kissing
comeback.
anymore.
Or
Or at least like dating sites. You know what I mean? Like I don't think.
I'm still kissing, Brooklyn. COVID don't stop me from kissing.
Well, so the pair of attractive teens are parked at like a makeout point or a lover's lane, depending on your version of the story. It's an isolated spot on the edge of town. The boyfriend switches on the radio for some mood music.
Yeah.
Like some Barry White.
Is that your favorite mood music, Brooklyn?
Barry White.
Yeah, is that your go-to?
My go-to. I don't know. I have like I think mine's like typical though. I think mine's like Barry White and Al Green.
I would go for Al Green. Definitely an Al Green. Smooth. That's my style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
call
me.
So he puts on the mood music, right?
Al Green.
And the two start canoodling.
Canoodling.
It actually says canoodling.
What is canoodling like?
That's like, you know, hugging and a kissing,
All right.
smooching and loving, making everything all hot and heavy.
So the windows are fogging up.
The windows are fogging up.
All right.
It's like the Titanic when Rose's arm
Yeah, the hand
goes up and then
goes down the
slides
window.
down.
Except in this story, it's a foot.
Well, they're canoodling, so.
That's why it's a foot. Well, she got to keep her Achilles in the air.
R. Kelly's. R. Kelly heel.
She got to keep her R. Kelly heel. Because he could be under the car when they're making out.
Get piss on them. But just as things are getting hot and heavy,
They're canoodling.
they're interrupted by a breaking news story over the radio. It says a murderer has escaped from the nearby state asylum. He is armed and
dangerous.
He is
folks.
armed and dangerous, and he has a hook in place of his right hand. So the girlfriend was obviously frightened.
Did Jack Sparrow have a hook?
No.
Okay. So, okay.
The other. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Jack Sparrow?
He's a pirate. He's my favorite pirate.
Golly.
You said the hook. I thought pirate. Because I'm picturing what you're talking about. And I have the makeout spot and everything. But
So you're picturing Jack Sparrow escaping from a mental hospital with a hook on
As soon
his
as you
hand?
said hook, the guy coming out of the escaping just turned into Jack Sparrow in my mind. And that car thief's underneath the car. And the kids don't know it. So maybe the hook guy's going to fight the car thief.
Well.
We'll find out.
Tune in.
Oh, boy.
So the girl's obviously frightened, and she wants to go straight home.
Don't blame her.
But the boyfriend insists that they'll be fine.
See,
Typical man.
That's why girls need to date Bruce, because Bruce would have had that car in
Bruce would be
reverse.
5 feet ahead of you.
Yeah, I would have been like, come on, baby, we out of here. I got you. Yeah.
Wouldn't have time.
But that's a good way to get the girl back to your place. You know, stay over at my place, you'll be safe.
Yeah.
That's how Bruce would have done it.
Well,
Al Green all the way home.
So our hero, he locks all the car doors and then tries to kiss her again.
Wow, smooth move.
Smooth, X-lax.
Man, I would have been there. There would have been smoke still coming from my tires. I would have already been home making snacks.
She calmly explains that no means no, and
Good
that she
girl.
wants to go the hell home.
Good girl.
I read it. I was like, go to hell home. I was like, what?
Well, she's getting mad and she's scared.
Annoyed, the boyfriend slams on the gas pedal and drives her back to her house. It's only then, when they both get out of the car, that he noticed something is dangling from the door handle.
Okay.
And it's a bloody hook.
From his car.
Yeah. So, like, right as he was trying to kiss her, and she was like, no means no, take me home, he got all pissed off, and he would just, like, gunned it, you know? He, like, put his foot to the gas, and it went. So the guy was, like, right about to
pull the car
door open with his hook, but because the boyfriend sped up so quickly, it pulled the hook out of the nub.
Okay.
Would it be nub? Be nub.
I don't know what they call it.
It's a nub.
Is it a nub?
I think it's a nub.
Or a stub?
No, it's a stub. Isn't a stub have to do with the leg or the foot?
I know.
And a nub is like...
My buddy had a 3-legged dog, and we always called it a stub.
But it's a dog. Dogs have all feet.
I don't know.
Right?
I really don't know. So anyway, I know what you're saying. You don't have a hand.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so it was like just stuck right there in the...
right, hanging from the car.
Hanging from the car.
Why was it bloody? I guess from when he killed somebody first.
Either
maybe one
that
or the other.
or like because you ripped it from the...
Well, it's not attached
from
to
him.
Or maybe. Or
Maybe.
he killed one of the other makeout people.
Isn't stuff like that? No, because I've seen this in movies and stuff. When people have like a prosthetic.
Strapped to him.
No, people have a prosthetic, and it's so the nub part, like they'd be like screwing in the hook.
Oh, it's got like an anchor or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
painful.
Good for him though, because he was trying to kill him. So I guess he got what he deserved.
So this one, you want to know why this is? This is half plausible. No.
Well, I could go for both.
No, this is a myth, because it's a wives' tale.
Let's see why.
It's a wives' tale because this is, don't go to make out point, kids. You're going to get pregnant like Susie Lee down the street.
I agree. I could see that. But I could also see back in the day, in all the movies and all that, like, 50s, 60s, makeout points were like, there'd be 30, 40 cars up there.
Didn't the Son of Sam kill like a bunch of couples making out?
And that's happened. So this is crazy people killed a couple kids, and this is probably the story to keep your kid from going there. So I would say this actually happened because it did happen.
I guess that kind of brings me back to what I had said, that it's kind of a bit of both.
And then it's a warning thing, and then it's kind of an anti-rape thing too for back in the day. And
anti-rape?
Well, if that story didn't go on the radio, you know it was going to go down. And obviously the girl was already a moody one that didn't want to go that far.
She was a moody one?
Yeah. Well, she was all pissed. And good thing she was, because they were about to get hooked. Right?
Yeah, hooked.
So, yeah, I would say that's real. And then the story got even scarier to keep scaring these teenagers from doing what they're not supposed to do.
I just think it's like if you have sex before marriage, bad things are going to happen.
Normally,
because obviously you're not married and going to make out point. You're going to make out point because you're a stupid teenager and you want to be alone.
Well, you never were alone back then. You were parked 2 feet from the next car. So
well,
really,
you knew that the other kids in the next car were doing the same thing you were.
But I don't think they were like full blown doing it back then. I think it was like the first, second base. You know what I mean? Parents always knew where to go, and I don't know. I didn't grow up back then.
Let me have that.
But yeah, I would say that's well, obviously it's true, and then it got what do you call it? Embellished.
Yeah, like the telephone game.
Yeah, and it got embellished to make it scarier and scarier. So yeah, I'd say it's definitely past plausible. I'd go with true because it's true.
I think it's just a little bit of both. I think it's...
Well, it definitely happened.
The hook man didn't definitely happen.
Well, the hook man's the embellished part, but it definitely happened, so it's definitely a true thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can embellish all you want on something that's true, it's still true. So Jack Sparrow could have done this.
It wasn't fucking Jack
Well, what
Sparrow.
if my kid's really scared of pirates and I don't want him to go to, or her to go to Lookout Point? So I'm like, Jack Sparrow just broke out and he's got a hook and this is what happened and she'll never go.
I guess. Yeah, if you told me clowns were going to be somewhere, I'm not there.
Yeah. So there we go. We're going to go with true one. Well, obviously true.
True. It's not just true, it's obviously true.
Obviously.
Alright, so this one
This is I'm really enjoying Urban Legends with you.
I really like Urban Legends.
This is a great idea.
Thank you.
You gotta give credit when credit's due, folks.
I really like listening to all these ghost stories. Well, urban legends, ghost stories. Well, I haven't really found a funny urban legend though. So.
Everything don't have to be funny. We're funny enough.
All right, I want you to picture this. All right, I want you to be the man in this story.
I hope I'm the man
or
in every...
person in this story, if you're listening, if you're a female.
I hope I'm the man in every story, Brooklyn. I would look horrible in a dress. It's the beard that just makes it not go with the shoes.
This urban legend is called The Keyhole. I don't know why that made me laugh.
I don't know either. And I don't know why you laugh. It's making me laugh.
Keyhole.
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 Keyhole. It's not even a funny word. But it's freaking funny.
I think it's because it said hole.
Keyhole.
Keyhole. So have you heard of the keyhole?
Keyhole. No. I have not. But obviously this is going to be a funny one.
You want to hear about the keyhole?
Psst. You ever hear about the keyhole?
Did you ever hear about the keyhole?
Let's hear about the keyhole.
All right, I'm going to tell you about the keyhole. All right, so picture this.
Okay.
You're the man in the story. Or you can change man to person. It doesn't matter. A man is staying in a hotel room for the weekend.
What kind of motel? Like the $60 a night or $200 a night?
A Super 8? I don't know.
Side of the road bullshit one, like Bates Motel type?
Maybe it was like, what's that, Nights Inn? Maybe it's the Nights Inn. It's a little bit, nicer.
No.
I don't know.
I was hoping we were in like Cracktown.
Cracktown, USA?
Yeah. Somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah, there you go. So, he just got done railing a bunch of lines in his hotel room. No.
That's what the key was for. He was doing bumps.
The keyhole.
Well,
the key. It was the keyhole.
Maybe he looked through the keyhole because he did so many bumps and he was paranoid.
Well, all right. How about you let me tell the story?
Yeah.
And then we can all find out together.
All right.
So he's staying at a hotel for the weekend. On his way to his room, he notices a closed door with no number on it. When he asks about it, he is told that no one is allowed in that room. Curious, he stops to peer in the keyhole on the next night.
That's how you get your eye stabbed.
And sees a normal hotel room with a very pale woman lying on the bed. He goes on his way. But the next night, he's just too curious and looks through the keyhole again. This time, all he can see is red.
Peeping.
Just red. He goes to ask the woman at the front desk about the room again. And she finally tells him the truth. A woman was murdered in that room years ago.
Okay.
An albino woman.
An albino woman.
With white skin and red eyes. Oh my God, he was staring in the keyhole at her.
Oh, eye to eye?
Yeah. You didn't picture it, did you?
I did.
I put myself in that man's shoes.
I did too.
I saw that red and realized it was her fucking eyeball.
It didn't get me.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, the stories you just told.
I thought that was the scariest one.
No way. I mean, it was pretty scary. Yeah, I got it. But, like, that lady got her R. Kelly's slice. The other teenagers almost got hooked to death. And this guy just saw red. He didn't even know.
She's a ghost. She was murdered in that room.
Okay, but he didn't realize that till some other lady told him before. So it's just like, oh, that's creepy. I won't go near that door now. So it's easy. The other people were like, on the ground bleeding, dying, I expected when you said keyhole, he was going to, like, look back into it and, like, a knife was going to come through it and, like, he was going to have a patch.
No.
Yeah, that one didn't get me.
I thought it would have.
Nope. But that R. Kelly's heel one, I could feel it.
Well, I guess it didn't get Bruce. It got me. I really was. I really, really was scared with that one. I pictured the fucking gloss of this bitch's eyeball.
See, I did too, and then I thought he was still gonna go back and somehow get his eye stabbed in. See, that's where movies and stuff ruin you, because you're expecting something even more than what it should be. Sorry.
I really thought you were gonna be like, whoa.
No, that one didn't.
Instead, you were like, psh.
Hey, but
Fuck
I bet
you and fuck your urban legend.
I was not like that. But I bet you a lot of our fans probably like that one, and maybe Bruce just doesn't get it. Sometimes I don't get things.
Fuck you.
It was a good
Fuck
story.
Your urban legend.
It was definitely a good one.
Fuck all the work you did.
No, it was good. It's just not. That should have been maybe the first one because it didn't have no murder. Everybody else is dead now.
So
There's bodies everywhere, and this guy just sees that lucky bastard just saw a red eye. Ooh, go home, tell his buddy, hey, I saw an albino woman next night. I looked right into her eye. It was creepy. She's been dead for 10 years. Not a big deal.
It's not a big
I bet you
deal.
his buddy's like, did you open up the door? And he's gonna be like, no, and his buddy's gonna be like, pussy. Now, if he opened up the door and she like killed him, or like something. Maybe he was the hook guy because he got his arm cut off by the albino chick. Something, but just seeing the red eye, The other lady, she's getting her Achilles sewn up in the hospital and she's still got to find her car.
Yeah,
Police
I guess it wouldn't kill you, would it?
No.
There's no, veins there.
It could if you bleed out, I guess. The other lady's got spiders crawling out of her face and...
Fuck, yeah, that's disgusting.
This guy just looked at red.
I don't know. I really was there.
I was at all of them until Jack Sparrow showed up at Looking Man's Point.
It was like The Shining. I thought I was in The Shining with this. I'm like walking down the hallways.
I was with you though.
Red rum.
And then you were just like, and he saw red and found it as her eye, and I was waiting for him to be even more curious.
I saw red, and then all of a sudden the elevators opened and all the blood came flushing out. I was in The fucking Shining.
When was that?
I don't know.
Brooklyn, you're tripping.
I guess.
Brooklyn's tripping.
But that was real for me. I was there.
I was there too, but it wasn't scary. I was at all of them. Let's go somewhere else.
Let's go somewhere else. Well, have you ever... Now, this is... I normally like to do cannabis facts. I love doing the cannabis facts, but I thought that we would have a little bit of fun with it here and talk about cannabis urban legends.
Is there some?
There are. There's more than what I have, but these are the two that I felt were the most interesting.
Okay.
Have you heard of bird seed weed?
Bird seed weed? No.
Okay. There are some strange claims out there, and one of them might seem really, really strange.
You know what's funny about you, Brooklyn?
What?
When you said, did I ever hear of bird seed weed?
Yeah.
And I said no.
Uh-huh.
You had this look about you, and then you went back to your computer like, you ain't no shit. Bruce ain't no Jack. About to go to school. Brooklyn taking Bruce to school. See, I had this look. You should. Oh man, we gotta get. I need a camera.
No.
She's like, Bruce ain't no Jack. Time to go to school, fool.
Learn you some.
All right, take me to school, Brooklyn.
So,
birdseed weed.
The legend goes that if you spread birdseed on your lawn,
okay,
you might get a cannabis plant growing from the seeds.
Because it's mixed in a batch?
It's true.
Is it?
This one is true. It happened in England. Well, I guess this is one of the documented cases because it happens a lot. But this particular one had it. This guy in England had a root shock when a marijuana plant started growing underneath her bird feeder. It turns out that some of the seeds had fallen out of the feeder and started to grow. The cannabis plant was actually more hemp
than
anything.
That's so badass.
It says normally these seeds are sterilized, but every now and then some unsterilized seeds get through.
And then they could. Okay. I could
And
see that
you
because.
can't grow cannabis or hemp in England without a license. She had to destroy the plant.
Yeah, that's no biggie though. At least she didn't get fined or get in trouble.
But what is birdseed?
Different seeds.
But why would they have that plant
Because
in there?
if you go to the grocery,
I don't give a shit
If you
one
can
way
go
or
to- if
another,
you-
but I know there's places where it's illegal, and that's where my question is stemming from.
if you go to a grocery store, you can buy like a pound bag of hemp seed, and you couldn't grow it. It doesn't do nothing. It's to eat, and you can cook with it and do a lot of stuff, and it's healthy for you. I mean, CBD and all that other stuff. And like that said, it was sterilized, so really you couldn't like buy the pound of thing
It's not supposed to have
grown.
grown.
But I mean, things slip through or whatever. But they probably use hemp seed and bird seed because it's good for the birds, I guess. Or certain birds maybe probably just eat that seed. Because bird seed's like a mixture of seeds, isn't it? All different
But
seeds.
like to me, like thinking about this, so I buy bird seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know, my bird seed is made with hemp seed.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked if something like that was to happen.
I've never known that bird seed and stuff grows. I always thought it was like kind of like processed, so for the birds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everything that comes in a bag and you're buying it at the store obviously didn't come natural.
Unless you shop healthy like I do.
Yeah, but who the hell
Or I tried to.
organic bird seed? Like, I mean, I don't know. She probably went to Walmart and picked up a bag.
I know people that have. I mean, don't knock it. I know.
I'm not
people
knocking nothing.
that. Well, like for their dogs.
Yeah.
Like they actually cut them like slices of beef, and they actually put carrots and
Make them a
was it
meal.
peas and stuff, and like they actually have like that's their dog food.
I know. But this
So I
lady's
don't-
feeding wild birds in her yard. She's not.
She might.
No, she's not.
She might.
She might.
I might. I might sit there and be like, it's healthy for the birds.
Really?
I want them to live longer. I want them to continue to shit on everybody's car.
They do shit on your car. Really badly.
They may only live a year or two. How long do, not like parrots. I know parrots can live forever.
Well, those are domestic birds. You're
I
talking
know.
like...
But you see a red robin in your backyard. How long does it really live for?
I don't know. You got a computer in your lap.
I do. I just, forgot about it for a minute.
Watch it be something crazy like 80 years. I know the same birds come back every year to their spots because I keep getting nests knocked down. I never thought about that. I know fly live for
I was
7
right.
days.
Between 2 and 5 years.
2 and 5 years for a
Yeah.
normal
So
average
maybe
bird.
I want to go and buy that organic bird seed. Maybe I want my feathered friends to live longer than 5 years. It's like a dog. I mean, God help me when I can't. Dogs, they need to live like 100. They need to you should the day you're born.
Get a
You
dog
should
that
get a
lives
dog,
as long as you.
And the dog lives as long as you within a year or two.
And y'all can be best friends forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad that doesn't work that
I
way.
mean,
So anyway, this lady is not doing that with birdseed, Brooklyn. You're just whacking off. You're just going out
whack it
there.
off.
Whack it off.
Whack it off.
You're just whacking off.
Whack it off. Wow. Wow.
You're just whacking off.
Wow.
But yeah, that lady's not doing that. But definitely not.
She might.
She's not.
She might.
Oh,
So,
Brooklyn.
this is not a complete, I mean, I think most of us can probably name about 2 or 3 of these, but there is actually a lot more than what we would have thought.
What? What?
Presidents who have smoked marijuana and have admitted to it.
Have admitted to it?
Yeah.
I bet you I can name all of them.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Kennedy.
Hold on. I gotta scroll down my list.
She needs a list.
Yep.
Kennedy. Obama.
Yep.
Michelle too. They're my people.
Michelle, I could see myself chilling with them and
Heck
being
yeah.
like, "Let's get these kids active, Michelle."
That'd be wonderful. Definitely the younger Bush.
Debbie,
Yeah.
you knocked me, but
Is
that's
he
how
on
they
the list?
say it. He's on the list.
I know he's on the list.
He also did like coke and shit. He's
He's a wild Texas oil
he
man.
He was a wild one.
Yeah. Washington.
George Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think you would know that.
The other people in that era. Jefferson wasn't a president, I don't think.
Yes, he was.
Was he a president?
Yes.
Franklin wasn't a president,
Yeah, Franklin.
but he
was
had to
not
deal
the
with all
president.
that. But they all did. It was good for you that you know they knew better, and until they made stupid racist freaking laws in the 40s or whatever the hell they did, till they got greedy and racist. That's what happened.
Next.
That's all I got.
Okay. So ready? So George Washington.
Oh, we were still naming presidents.
Shut the fuck up.
I forgot. I actually did. I started rolling it, and I got all mad about the freaking going illegal thing. Then I got my brain just like shut off with the presidents, and I was sitting here mad for a minute. I was like, them.
Man.
I got all. Yeah, it
So-
hurts me.
Anywho,
It hurts, Brooklyn.
so George Washington did.
Okay.
He grew hemp at his Mount Vernon, but it doesn't actually say that he smoked. But I guess he has to. There's some, he has to do with some form of the plant, whether it be hemp or
cannabis.
cannabis.
Well, the Constitution and
But
all that was written on him.
in a letter that he wrote to somebody, he did mention that the female hemp plants were better due to being more productive. So, I mean, it's
But see,
that's,
back
that's
then-
kind of, you know.
Back then, they could have been weed plants, but they just called them hemp plants, and they didn't have the technology to separate the two or whatever to know the differences. And so, yeah, they probably had the good stuff anyway.
Maybe.
That's how they came up with all them ideas, and like they're like, hey, they're probably around this circle hanging out, and then
Let's
they were
write
like,
this declaration
yeah,
here.
they're like, you know what? We're gonna make our own country. Yeah, let's do it. That's how you know. That's what happened.
Yeah.
They were chilling in a circle, and they were like, you know what? Fuck all these people. We're gonna make our own country. And they got out a piece of paper, and they got out the pen, and they were like, yeah, fuck the man.
That's not me saying it. That's, you know, the colonists.
Yeah.
Not me. I like Britain very much.
Yeah, that was Washington saying it. He just got too high one night and was just like, yeah, we're doing this. It's like we're starting our own fucking shit. Fuck them.
Yeah. John Adams.
John Adams.
Yeah. He was also a very strong advocate for industrial hemp.
Okay.
Sorry, my arm's itchy. Thomas Jefferson. He grew hemp at his estate.
Yeah. I said that one.
Mm-hmm. James Madison.
I didn't even know what that name was. I thought
Oh,
that was.
shit!
Oh.
Fuck!
Oh shit, fuck, we got.
What? Ready? So James Madison reportedly claimed that quote-unquote hemp gave him the insight for writing the Constitution.
I told you. I don't even have to read books. I can just telepathic history.
Telepathic.
Yeah, it just comes to my brain.
That's funny.
Yeah, they were sitting around a circle and they were like, fuck the man, we're doing this. And they started writing their shit down and people were like, man, it's a good idea. And their circle got bigger.
James Monroe.
These were presidents.
He,
See, I don't know half of these names.
well, okay, so he
I went to a very...
was, when he
Not
was a
smart
diplomat
school.
in France. When he's or a diplomat to France, I'm sorry. He discovered hashish
Fuck yeah.
and smoked it throughout his life.
Smart man. I'd like to discover that too, Brooklyn.
Andrew Jackson.
Okay. He's on the 20, ain't he?
He smoked with his troops. I guess that gives a whole new meaning to smoke them if you got them.
Yeah. Maybe that's where it really came from.
Yeah. Like, all right, boys.
Could you imagine living back then?
This.
And everything you said and everything you did was an invention because it never happened?
What?
Well, if you live back in the old times, everything you did is the first time it happened.
Hey guys, Brooklyn here. Need to boost your business or page? Ask us about advertising. Also, if you would like to be a guest on our show, shoot us a message and we'll make it happen. Subscribe to Pot of Coffee Podcast on YouTube, follow at Pot of Coffee 1 on Twitter, and like our Facebook page and the group page. And now, back to our show. So you think Andrew Jackson is just like, alright guys, listen up. If you got them, smoke them. If you don't, sucks for you. We'll all share though.
It sucks for you, but we're all there. Why would it suck for them if they're getting it anyway?
I don't know. Didn't they all have like syphilis or something? Couldn't you get like syphilis?
I think that was, I don't know, things were bad back then, I guess.
I mean, I don't know.
They didn't know how to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Gangrene.
Gangrene. That's wrapping something up too.
But they didn't have the medical advancements we have today.
No, obviously. They were sawing off people's limbs in the field.
And that was like a pain medicine, and cocaine was pain medicine, and
heroin, I think, was too. Like
everything.
Liquid.
That's all they had.
Or no, it was like powder. Because I remember that episode of Little House on the Prairie where the brother that they wind up adopting.
Sprinkle it on the wound.
He was addicted
rub it
to
in
it.
or something.
Yeah. Oh, what was his name?
Like powder morphine or some shit.
Oh, man.
They sprinkle it directly into your cut.
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt. And feel good. It hurt. That's where that song came from. It hurt so good.
John Cougar.
I don't know who it is.
John
I just know it's on the
Cougar
radio.
hurt so good.
So he talking about putting cocaine in his cuts
No.
or heroin in his cuts. Don't do that. If you listen to this,
don't do
we're
that.
not telling you to do that. Stay far away from that kind of stuff.
This is a cool dude. Franklin Pierce.
Franklin Pierce.
Franklin Pierce. He was the 14th president.
Who are? How come they never taught me about these people?
You were absent that day.
No, there's obviously a lot of them. My school couldn't cover one
There
person
is
in a year.
Well,
46 of them now.
Oh, yeah.
47.
no, we're at like 52. We're 45.
45.
Yeah, 45.
I was closer than you.
Yeah. Well, so Franklin Pierce, in a letter to his family, he said the only good thing to come out of the Mexican-American War was his use of marijuana.
That is about the only thing that could come out of a war. Nothing in war is good.
I guess.
They wouldn't have a war if they would just sit down and smoke one and talk out their differences.
Yeah.
And maybe some bigger problems take for more than smoking one. You might have to just lock them in a room for a week with a bale of its shit. They'll come out happy and friends. Nobody gonna smoke.
Feed them food
Nobody
sliding underneath the door.
Nobody gonna smoke and kill each other. They might kill each other when they say, "Yeah, I'm gonna smoke all this, and then I'm gonna kill this bastard." But once they get through a bale of the shit, they're gonna be best friends. They'll get to know each other.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they'll be singing songs. They'll be like, "Yo, why'd you roll that pregnant ass shit?" Yeah, let me show you how to do. You know when the joints all got that big bump in the middle?
That's what
it's called a pregnant joint.
A pregnant joint.
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
That's an actual term.
That's an actual term.
Yep.
Wow.
So if somebody roll you a whack ass joint with a big old bubble in the middle, you'd be like, "Oh, you and your pregnant ass joint."
Take you behind the street and get you pregnant.
Dude, so fertile his joints are pregnant. I'm gonna get that somebody with that. I'm gonna put that on my Twitter. Mind me.
On the tweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet that.
And this guy, I think we all know, that he did. I think it's a very well-known fact for him. John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, we knew that one. I said that.
Well, he had was it Crohn's or what's that? There's a stomach one.
I don't know.
He had that, and then his back was really messed up.
I know he did it for pain, and he did it for medical purposes.
Yeah.
It was like the only thing that helped him or something.
Yeah. Jimmy Carter.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
He was a very big advocate for decriminalization.
Okay. I think I maybe did hear that now that you said that, but I didn't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about with presidents, so. This is your forte.
My forte.
Your forte.
My forte.
So, Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter. I got stuck on the Halloween thing. Bill Clinton, but he did not inhale
Of
those.
course.
So, did he really?
He's full of
should
shit.
we really count him?
We
or
should,
did he do it and he just said it because it wasn't cool at the time?
you know, of course he really did it, especially with the time he's from and all the other crap they get into. So, yeah, of course. So, but since he lied about it, we won't even give him credit. We're like, fuck that. He don't deserve to be part of the. He don't deserve to be part of the club if you're not going to admit to it. Be all lying about it. Oh, I did it to be cool, but I didn't have. Yeah, bullshit, asshole. Stop lying to people.
Yeah.
I don't like liars.
Yeah.
So if you lie, I'm probably just like, this
Yeah.
dude here's got to go. So yeah, he can go off the list.
W.
Yeah.
He did.
He was an animal.
He was a party man. He denied it, but after he was in office,
Of course, when he got out.
he told his biographer that he didn't like. It was like one of those things like I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna confirm or deny,
Yeah.
but
He was also in Harold and Kumar
he said,
smoking. Remember?
yeah, was it? No, that was the.
There was one in the bushes. They were smoking.
No.
Yeah, they ended up.
Wasn't real.
Of course, it was real.
No, it wasn't real.
If it's in Harold and Kumar, this is where I get my history from. This is why I only know
Harold
certain.
and Kumar.
That's why.
Was this White Castle?
Yes. But that's why in the beginning I knew W did it because that's how I got my information. And that's fact.
Okay,
A good
okay,
stoner
all right.
movie is always true.
But it's not real because he wasn't in the movie.
How do you know they never showed his face?
Oh man, listen. So he told his biographer that he wasn't going to answer those types of questions because he doesn't want some little kid doing what I did.
And then he went on Harold and Kumar and smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
I'll let you think that.
I wasn't going to let it go until you gave it to me.
And obviously, Obama.
Yeah.
He admitted it several times.
Of course. It's in their book.
He even said that when he was a kid, he inhaled frequently. That was the point.
I saw the old school video of him just spinning shit up.
Yeah.
He's just rolling them. Bam, bam, bam,
That's
bam.
not real, though.
It is.
That wasn't real.
It's real.
No.
I believe it. That's definitely not an urban legend. That is fact.
That was fact.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. Some of this stuff, though, like, I remember as a kid, and I think I still do it as an adult. If I'm the only one that's awake in the house,
Okay.
if I was the only one in that area of the house, let's say it was like late at night and you're just watching these like scary ghost stories because again, I love watching that stuff.
Well, if you
But
watch
you're
it,
watching
you're obviously going to start
Listen,
thinking that way
You
and
have
scare
all the
yourself.
lights out, and then you gotta get up to pee, or you gotta get up to get a snack, So you get up, and all the lights in the house are off. You open up that fridge, and you're thankful that there's light there because only the bad things can get you when it's dark.
Only the dark can get you.
So I remember, I would go and grab something out of the fridge. close the door, and run and feel like my R. Kelly's heels are going to get swept out from under me because somebody's going to get me. And I run into the room where the television light is.
It's just like,
and I feel better, but...
it's like playing the floor is lava, but with light.
Yep.
It's like trying to run down your hallway without stepping in any shadows.
Yeah.
Do you still do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I do.
Oh, man.
I know.
Oh, you want to take us out?
Yeah. Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams. Why don't you
Night,
give our
night.
plugs?
The plugs. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
We forgot we were in a show. Brooklyn's sitting there like, oh crap, the show.
Oops.
It's cool because I'm like that too.
Well, listen, guys, subscribe to Pot of Coffee Podcast on YouTube. Follow at Pot of Coffee 1 on Twitter. Like our Facebook page, Pot of Coffee.
Facebook. I got nothing better to do. You're reading all the important stuff, and now I'm like emphasizing on what's like
Emphysema
and on what's good. So yeah, you want to like all that stuff, guys and gals.
You know, we have our 420 raffle.
Yeah, we got the giveaway.
We have
Go over the giveaway real quick because I don't think we talked about it on the show today.
We might not have.
No, we
so we're
definitely
doing a
didn't.
420 raffle. That's what I've been calling it. I don't even know if it officially has a name.
Yeah, let's call it that.
But so the 420 raffle on all of our pages, we have to have 420 likes. Once we hit 420 likes, shares, not shares, but
Followers on Twitter.
Subscribers.
420
So
on each platform.
Right.
But we're going to do the platform separately. So if Facebook hits the 420 likes first, we're going to take all 420 names, write them down on a piece of paper, put them in a bucket, shake it up, and a lucky winner is going to get a sweet glass piece. We're also going to do the same, if Twitter hits first, and then each one, we got a piece for each one to give away.
Yeah, and they're really cool.
Got to be 21 though to win it.
Must be 21. You have to show us proof of age.
Wait, that's easy enough.
I'm not going to jail for your sorry asses.
So yeah, share, subscribe, and follow, and all that other stuff. And we're trying to be very active on all of our platforms with everybody.
Active.
It's a full-time job.
It is, but it's fun, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I've been having a blast with this.
I love it.
Me too.
And I love you guys, and everybody that's listening. I'm really, really thankful for you guys.
We really hope you enjoy.
I mean, look, there's no better circle than many people in the circle.
What's our next show going to be? Do you think we know?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's with it starts with an I, don't it?
I am just now, on the show, we're going to figure out how to do Instagram. Now, that's something I have no idea how to do, and neither does Bruce. So neither one of us knows how to do it.
So we're going to make a show out of it. It'll kind of be like the Brooklyn shows Bruce how to tweet.
And if you haven't seen that one, check that one out, because that one's pretty funny.
I believe that's our first episode.
Was it the first episode?
I believe so.
It might have been the first epised. Yeah, so check it out.
Check them all out, because they're all just one big giant episode. It's kind of like it never stopped.
Well, guys, subscribe, like, follow, all of everything. And,
good luck on winning one of these pieces, because, oh man, I would like to keep them for me, but I'm going to keep them looking pretty and give them away to one of our lucky fans.
Yeah. Ladies, make sure your parking spot is bright.
Yeah, don't go in the shadows. I'll see y'all later.
Namaste.